Hello aspirants, I am Induvadi Karthikeyan from InKar IAS Academy. Today we are going to see about the 27th November current affairs. This topic from editorial, that is from Republic to Republic of Unequals. This topic is concerned at the GS2 Indian Constitution, historical underpinnings, evolution, features, amendments, significant provisions and basic structure, and also concerned at the topic of preliminary Indian polity, governance and constitution. So first of all, what is in the discussion in the editorial? Constitution Day on November 26 celebrated yesterday, that is 75 years of the adoption of our Indian Constitution. There is a Constituent Assembly debate show the intellectual engagement of leaders from a spectrum of ideologies, right wing to left wing, in a building of single political identity that was recommended and also very interests and rights of the multiple cultural groups. The constitution makers accepted that liberal framework but wanted the constitution play a positive role in intervening and reducing the inequality due to the poor social indicator at the same time of independence. And also there is a liberalism as a political ideology. There was a insistence that there should be a freedom of citizens to carry out activities without any state interference. That is the main thought of the liberalism. That is the liberal framework, that is the constitution makers accepted the liberal framework but wanted the state to play a positive role in intervening and reducing inequality due to the poor social indicators at the time of the independence. There is a liberalism and political ideology behind that. There was an insistence that there should be a freedom for the citizen to carry out any activity without any state interference, and also the belief was that only in a free environment could human potential, intellectual, moral and physical, to be realized as very well. And also there is a liberty is a core value of the idealism. That Indian constitution makers comes to an agreement that, however, considering a socio-economic inequality, they felt the complete withdrawal of the state would perpetuate the existing inequalities and worsen it further. And also there is a positive role of the state that everyone to participate equally in the development process. This led to the introduce of the affirmative action in the reservation policy, and also there is a affirmative action in the reservation policy were designed that treat unequals and equal manner and achieve the constitutional vision of equality. These policies became an important aspect of the Indian constitution. So, to form a egalitarian society, there is an outlook, that is a vision required for the equality of the Indian constitution. The vision of the equality, it mainly aims at egalitarian society and also wants to minimize the inequalities among the people. And also there is a reflecting John Rawls egalitarian liberalism, that is equal basic liberties, equal opportunities. There is no any difference. So there is they're providing that fundamental right on DPSP, that is a fundamental right, the part 3 of our Indian Constitution, and DPSP, the part 4 of our Indian Constitution, will provide the developments and also that reduce the inequality and not create an absolute equal society. But state also playing some role to reduce the inequality. So Article 38 in the DPSP, it insists that the state shall strive to minimize the inequality of income, and also we should must eliminate that inequality in status and also facilitate the opportunities in the employment, income guarantees, everything. The constitutional ideological frameworks that lays and also emphasize the reducing of inequalities and also creating the egalitarian society. It's based on the equal opportunity they should provide to all the citizens of India. Article 39C emphasizes that the economic ecosystem that not result in the concentration of wealth and means of production of the common detriment. And also there were so many Supreme Court interpretation happened till now. So in 1982, that DS Nagara and others versus Union of India, the court said the basic framework of socialism in the constitution to provide a decent standard of life and also the working people. The society from cradle to grave, that is retaining the role of the welfare state in the India, and also the Air India statutory corporation versus union labor of United, that is ORS in 1996. The court said that ideological aspects of the Indian constitution found the preamble fundamental right and also DPSP. They are mainly aimed for the egalitarian social order and also protecting the social and economic justice and the dignity of the individual by providing equality status and also the opportunities. And also Samata versus State of Andhra Pradesh case also happened. It is in 1997. The case also said that word socialism in the Indian constitution to reduce the inequality in the income and also the wealth. So it provides equal opportunities and also it facilitates the egalitarian social order. And also that finally Justice V.R. Krishna Iyer, that is an Article 39B DPSP state of Karnataka and ANR etc. versus Sri Ranganatha Reddy. The public and private resources fall within the ambit of the community resources. So, the constitutional ideology of creating an egalitarian society by strengthening the state power and the redistribution of the resource for the common goods towards the reducing inequality. And also there is a recent overturning happened that Article 39C, which empowers the state to intervene the regulate the economic system to prevent the concentration of wealth in one hand. So it will be few towards the that creating an egalitarian society. There is a much more economic reforms also happened to reduce the inequality. That is a neoliberal economic reforms. That is after adoption of neoliberal economic reform. That is the Indian constitution ideology took back the seat. That is the welfare state as envisaged. That the Indian constitution will have withdrawn commitment towards the creating the egalitarian society. And also there is a researchers are happening in the same procedures. And also in the 1990 the top 1% of earners had a share of less than 21% of the total income after independence due to welfare state investment. There is a very much gap reduced, and also there is a 1% earners, and also there is a share of 6% of the total income in the 1980s. And also there is a structural changes are there. That is after the neoliberal reforms in 1990s. That is the changes prioritize private capital investments. So there was a slow withdrawal and welfare intervention states, and also there is a creating a strengthening the markets towards the society and also increase the volume of employment opportunities. And also there is a consequence of 1% income share reduced and it reached to be 1% to 22% of total income. That is a pushing the inequality situation back to level worse than that of the pre-independence period. And also there is a recent research findings there, that is a that is a top 1% of income wealth shares reach 22.6% and 41% respectively. So the concern is very high. And also there is a report from the state of inequality state that the Economic Advisory Council of the Prime Minister highlighted periodic labor force survey. It recorded the top 10% of year on average monthly wages is around 25,000, and this is the remaining 90% earn less than 25,000 per month. So in the situation very extreme inequality and how the majority being pushed to India poverty, and also violating the constitutional ideology of the equality. So that is a inequality always overlap with the social inequality. So that is a thing in a scheduled tribe or not present in the billionaire wealth, and also other backward class are mere 10% present in the billionaire wealth, and also the scheduled caste are 2.6 percentage represented in the billionaire wealth. There is a survey states that there is a wide gap in the economic inequality and also the shifting wealth distribution between 2014 to 2022. That is between these years, the billionaire wealth has reduced from 20% to 10%. The upper caste share of the billionaire wealth has increased 80% to 90%. The upper caste or the only group owns the wealth more than the portion of the population that is in the social capital, and also the economic advantages are overlapping in the India. So there's a rise in the billionaire income inequality. So what we conclude, the constitution vision on creating a egalitarian social order by minimizing the income inequality and eliminating the social inequality is under threat from the neoliberal ideological order that violating the constitutional ideology. The inequality levels are widening, strengthening wealth concentration among the few. For the social inequality overlaps the socio-economic to give the upper caste a greater advantage is contemporary in India. The constitution day has passed, but there is an opportunity to critically evaluate these political and economical practices, and also we need to form the framework to access our achievement and failures, retreating the economic social inequality, and we should reduce our inequality gaps. Thank you so much.